Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As as everyone remembers, the last thing that was happening, uh, before we quickly adjourned our session, is the party was tasked, not by the Slayer's Take, but by King Harbeck of the dwarves, to seek out a demonic presence in one of their forges and bring it to an end. And as the party agreed to do so, without much choice, they were whisked through a portal down to close to where the forge was, and they made a small journey on foot, where they eventually discovered a very tactful demon that put up a pretty decent fight after killing Jax and summoning a Merilith into the combat, was defeated. And the party had successfully recovered a piece of a staff that was found in the small hut. At which point, we immediately ended because it was late as fuck.
Yeah.
And
we needed to function for work.
exactly.
Priorities.
Which brings us to where we begin our session.
Mm-hmm.
Now, before the party can speak, we will turn to a short cutscene, if you will, in which the party does not know what happens, but we are going to give you a snippet into another event that is currently going on. So, oh god, that hurt.
Yikes.
I also like the description for this. Okay, I'm just gonna read this word for word. An ancient structure. What was that?
Nothing.
Okay. Oh. An ancient structure rests in a clearing of the timberlands far to the south of Vasselheim. As the soft light of the twin moons shine of its marble columns, shadows are cast from overhead. Scores of ravens fly overhead, eclipsing one of the moons. One of the ravens swoops down to the structure, and as it lands at the front doors, transforms into an adolescent girl in black robes, a porcelain white mask hiding her face. Heavy doors open in front of her, and she enters. A girl walks by barren braziers and torn tapestries of this long forgotten temple. A gust of cold air follows her as she walks, and she thinks back for a moment to when that type of thing would have affected her. She enters a large chamber. The roof above collapsed and open to the night air. The one who summoned Nira sits on the remains of a destroyed high back chair. Man, my reading is not that good. Why have you asked me here, Father? The robed priest hesitates, stirring in his seat. Gravelly voice speaks behind her. I have brought you here today. The girl turns as the shadows of the room coalesce to form a being of pure death. Body an amalgamation of rotting flesh and bone, hidden under a cloak of pure shadow. God of death, Nerul, stands before Nira. He looks down at her with beady red eyes recessed into the several skulls that line his body. Sorry, I was interrupted. The great petulant undeath rises to meet me himself. What do I owe this pleasure? Do not jest with me, girl. I know about your performance at the gates of Vasselheim. If I wanted that city to survive the undead hordes, I would have interfered myself. You acted without orders and without cause. Perhaps my performance was meant as a show of force to your enemies and rivals, to show that, contrary to popular belief, the God of Death still has the best interest of the people at heart. sentiment for filling pews, not one for filling ranks in my army. You have cost me a city full of soldiers. For that you shall witness my divine fury. From beneath a shadowy cloak gleams the long, jagged blade of the god's scythe. He pulls the weapon back in a slow, gradual motion, taking as much satisfaction in drawing out the act as much as possible. No. God of Death pauses, as if he'd been slapped in the face. No? Insolent child, you think you have a say in the matter? Well, you see, I was hoping for this chance. In all your time as an all-knowing being, you never understood the value of allies. That's a weird typo. You prefer those mindless slaves to actual living people. There's no risk in betraying you if they can't act against your will. But I'm not like you. I took that risk. I made friends. It was a friend of mine that first taught me to speak with the ravens. As she says that, several dozen ravens swoop down from the sky, perch on the rafters and ruins of the collapsed roof. The same friend gave me a gift. Power over the harshest of seasons. Nira does a flourish with her hands, and from the sky, snow begins to fall. The temperature quickly begins to drop, and the winds around the temple start howling. When I proved I could control this, he gave me another gift. More on that in a second. This friend of mine, we became close and started to plan together. I defended Vasselheim for one specific reason: to get you here tonight. Here you are, exposed, vulnerable, and thanks to my friend, you have no way out. The lights in Nero's eye sockets go wide as he starts to panic, but he quickly composes himself. You think I'm vulnerable here? All you have guaranteed is that I can obliterate you with my full power. Nero raises his arms. Breaking through the stone floors of the temple, countless undead start to rise. The ravens waiting above descend to the ground and return to their true forms. Dozens of elven warriors wearing white wolf pelts surround Nira, forming a defensive wall between her and Nero. Nira gestures to them. Another gift from my friend, which reminds me of the other power he gave me. A power unique to himself and his sister. The power to rule over one's fate. In other words, power to kill a god. The undead plague roars angrily as his horde attacks, and the matron of ravens rises to meet him. At which point, cut back to the party. So,
Everyone
what are you
okay?
doing?
Anyone else got a slight shield on their back?
Oh shit, Jax.
All right, we gotta take care of that situation.
Might want to wait. At least till we get back.
Yeah, let's get back to maybe the throne room, someplace where something might not come out, stab us in the necks or the faces.
Let's get walking then.
Yep.
Rathnadir stops you all. It's like, hold up a minute. We can open the portal here. At which point
right.
he gestures and does a short incantation, and a portal opens up before the party. At which point he picks Jax up with one hand and just kind of tosses her through the portal, and then steps through.
That's not very nice.
It's efficient.
Still not nice.
I mean,
He
she
is a
can't get
devil.
any more dead.
He is a devil. Who said anything about them being nice?
Okay, if you were dead, would you want to know that that happened to you?
No, so let's not tell her.
Yeah, let's just not do
What she
it.
doesn't know doesn't hurt her.
Yeah, which doesn't know doesn't hurt her. Let's just go.
It's not like she can get more dead.
Yeah.
So.
Fucked up, and I just walked through the portal.
Ophelia
That was-
smirks a little and
That was a good
follows.
one. That was a good one, Ophelia. I follow you.
I'm funny sometimes.
Sometime. Let's go.
Alright, as the party steps through the portal, you are returned to the chamber of King Harbeck in his throne. At which point, Rathnadir leaves Jax's body relatively close to where King Harbeck is, and then steps behind the king again. And he looks over all of you, stands up from his throne and does not approach, but begins to speak, and he says, "Thank you all for assisting us with that problem. It's greatly appreciated, as the demons are causing quite a bit of a problem.
Mm-hmm.
As they usually do. It seems you have lost a companion in the fight with the demon, and seeing as it is partially my fault for the death of your ally, and you see he begins to like make a motion as if he's drawing a weapon from his back, in which a warhammer appears when he's done with the motion, and he walks over toward Jax's lifeless corpse and just lightly taps her with the hammer. At which point, all the energy of this coalesced hammer flows into Jax's body. You hear as Jax is revived.
Dex!
Okay.
Alright.
Seems like a weird
right.
choice of
What
first
happened?
words after being
we're-
resurrected.
We're
Yeah.
just back in the throne room. Everything's fine.
Yeah, really fine. Also, I don't know what your personal heaven was like, if that's what you said first.
Ophelia smirks again.
Turk's just in the back shaking his head.
I'm just saying. When
What
when,
the
when you're
We're
in my
so
line of worship,
desensitized to this.
you kind of have to be humorous about death. If you're in my line of work.
um, what happened?
Yes, please do
died.
share what you encountered.
It was
I didn't write down the names of anything we encountered.
Do you,
It
do
was
you
a
really
big
want to
demon
know
that
how
kept
you died?
disappearing on us.
You had like the body
It was
of
turning invisible.
Well,
It
I
had
don't
two
know.
heads.
It would just
Teleporting.
kept disappearing, reappearing in different places. I don't know. It's just it
Oh.
was a pain in the ass.
I understand.
Did
Do
you-
you know what it was after?
this. I produce a sort of wrapped in my vestments a what looks to be the top of a staff.
Oh,
Looks like they were forging it.
interesting. Do you have other pieces of this kind? There's no reason a demon would be after a specific piece without
No idea.
perhaps at least knowing where the other pieces are.
I honestly I have no idea what it is yet.
Didn't
Besides the top of the staff.
Athos 3 give us something similar to this?
Haven't we found other pieces of something that vaguely looked like a staff? And I think he said there was a piece missing.
You do recollect you have two pieces of a broken staff that you had
On us?
collected from. Yes, Athos had collected one of them himself, and you guys found the other one. The first encounter that you had with the demon cult, the illusions.
Who
Yeah,
has
back when you
those?
guys went crazy.
I believe they are in Ophelia's bag of holding.
I believe so.
Also, for
she'll
some reason,
like dig them out.
All right, he takes them from you without asking, and you watch as he sets the top piece on the ground, and then looks at the other two and just puts them down, kind of almost as if they were like a staff, and then he just reaches, picks up the top part, and you watch as the whole staff forms itself together. And he looks at it and goes, "Oh, it's a staff of power."
well,
That's
that's
what they've been after this whole time.
we should probably put that somewhere under lock and key.
You should actually use it. And he looks over at Ray, says, I believe this is best fit for you.
I'm inclined to agree. I take it from him.
And then he snaps his fingers, and you are automatically attuned to it.
Does that mean I have to unattune to something else?
Yes, it does.
All right.
If you have 3 attuned items already.
I do.
Well, see you later, other cool thing.
Mm-hmm. That's a weird note.
My
For some
roll 20
reason-
crashed.
Ooh.
Of course,
The timing.
Too much power.
too much.
I have the power!
Oh shoot, it came back. I didn't hit refresh.
It's a weird note. Apparently, I'm carrying a belaying pin and a rabbit's foot.
What?
Here we go.
Okay.
A belaying pin, which you would normally use on a ship to tie down a knot
Oh,
Okay,
to a mast.
sure.
sure,
I just have one of those and a rabbit's foot for some reason.
sure.
I just looked on my character sheet and I'm like, oh wow, that's an interesting note. Really wish that rabbit's foot was more useful.
Anyway, what does the party do now?
I imagine at this point, it kind of looks like Morgul is sort of just going through his bag, like, I didn't know I had this. Sort of thing. Like, he just pulls it out.
Didn't know I had
Oh.
this.
He's like,
Didn't
wait,
know
what
I
else is
had
in my
this."
bag? If she had staff pieces in her bag, what's in mine?
I'm just like, it's more or less like I went through the bag because I had to find the staff head, and I'm like, oh, I have these for some reason. So I'm just picturing Morgul's like lined up at the party, and he's just going through his bag, like, oh, I have this. Like he didn't even know he had some things on him.
Okay.
Do you guys not keep track of what you have in your bags?
I
We
don't.
do. We just forget what's in there sometimes because we don't.
Are you
actively
asking as a
keep an eye on
player
it.
or as a character?
This is as a character. Farron actually reaches into like a side pocket and pulls out like a notebook. It's like, I write down everything I have in my bag, so I don't even have to go looking for it.
It's more or less like when you put something tiny and it just goes to the bottom, and you just forget that there's something on the bottom of your bag. It's one of those situations.
I've got a bag of holding, and I have a list of everything that I have that's in the bag of holding.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know everything that's in my bag of holding.
And honestly, I'm on the ocean like most of the times, so I don't really, carry a lot.
King Harbeck looks at all of you. He's just like, your discussion is pointless for my throne room. Don't you have somewhere you need to be?
Probably.
That is true. We should probably, not be here because we took care of the thing for you already.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah, we should probably just leave.
If I need you, I know where to find you. And
Yeah,
he
that's
turns
true.
around to begin walking back to his throne to sit down.
Thank you.
As he gets there, he like reaches out as he's about to sit down, and he stops. And he looks up. And he turns to all of you like, there may be a new issue that requires your immediate attention.
Oh, pray tell.
Yes, please tell.
There is a presence here that I have not sensed in many, many years.
Them weapons come out.
And he looks at you, Ophelia. And he's like, your patron needs you. And then
Oh.
he twists his hand, and a portal opens behind you. And then you watch as he looks over at Wrath Nadir and nods. And then everybody's gonna love this part. Because you hear
Oh my god.
a very familiar horn go off.
Oh, for
as-
sure. I thought you were going to play the Inception bong.
No.
What?
As Harbeck says, you need to leave now.
Yeah, Ophelia's
Yeah,
going
but
to the portal without asking.
You're just gonna follow immediately, like
Yeah.
just go.
Billy
Yeah.
follow Ophelia and Morgul.
He
Yep.
calls after you. He says, "My army will join you, but go." And as
Going.
you all step through the portal, you guys would all be back at full health. By the way, long rest completed just by being in his presence.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Farron casts Death Ward on himself.
Okay.
Yeah, Ophelia's doing the same thing.
Good idea.
Okay. And then as you all step through, the portal immediately closes behind you. As you find yourselves standing in field. And off in the distance, not too far away, you see a temple. A now ruined temple. It seems to have been recently destroyed. You see off to one side a small force of elves fighting off seems to be endless waves of undead, as they don't look to be getting overpowered by any means. They're just fighting tirelessly. And you see off to the other side more elves and more undead. And as you make your way out through this portal, Ophelia, you sense Nira's presence very close to you in the center of this giant, massive conflict within the ruins of the temple.
Okay.
And as you begin moving, some of the undead that are fighting the elves break off and begin to swarm around the party. What are you doing?
She's gonna turn undead.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Come,
gonna
get
have-
some.
All right.
Yeah, thankfully you've got multiple clerics to turn it.
Does the Raven Pendant come into play now?
It does.
Okay.
As you reach and hold your holy symbol that Nira gave you quite a long time ago, all these undead come swarming up. Since they are all summoned by Nero, a mass wave shocks out from you. And it's in the immediate area. As you're sensing it's not quite as powerful as it should be, given its immediate effect, but it does just cause all of them that are swarming you to fall to the ground, giving you an opportunity to move forward.
All right. Yep.
Everyone stick together.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
I'm just sticking to Ophelia, like
Stay close.
thing, especially close
And
to
as
me, 'cause
you
we both worship the same person.
Move closer,
Yes.
more undead form around you. They seem to be bypassing the elves, as the elves are doing well at keeping them off, but there's not enough of them, and they just keep swarming through. The elves are trying to knock them down as they run past. Many of them not being quick enough to attack more than that one at a time. They swarm through and eventually surround the party again.
She'll do it again.
As you begin to reach for your symbol, you hear off in the distance again the very same dwarven warhorn as a volley of javelin, hand axes just comes flying into this crowd of zombies and other undead, some of which are a greater challenge than some of the things you've ever faced. No Nightwalkers, but
Yeah, I was like, are you
Ooh.
sure?
Oh, fuck those things.
I'm just
Yeah.
picturing like Game of Thrones, just endless whites and ghouls.
Alright.
Yeah, it's pretty much zombies, ghouls, gas, skeletons, like
I don't
just
have a proper undead trait with
thousands
the
of
sword.
them.
Just a horde
And
of undead.
yeah, a massive horde of undead, and as they begin, clawing their way toward you, this massive volley of dwarven weaponry just comes flying into the crowds. Exactly.
Yeah.
And just begins cutting most of them down. And then you watch as Ophelia uses another channel divinity and neutralizes the rest of them. And you begin pushing forward once again.
I can't hear anything that Josh is saying right now over
Yeah,
the
feel
music.
free to turn it down.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
Right click on Fredboat in the Discord, and it'll have a little bar, and just bring that all the way down until it's not loud anymore.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have it on like 2 or 3%.
Keep it below
Yeah.
10.
I did
is
preface
good.
this before
I-
this session.
I changed
You
it
were
on my
not-
computer, but I wasn't on changing it on my phone.
Yeah, that's why.
Makes sense. Alright, well.
So you begin pushing forward once again. This time, the dwarven warband catches up to you. You don't see King Harbeck anywhere, or even Orsic, who you know is his younger brother. And it's just a very small warband that is managing to keep flanked around your sides and is just fighting off undead as you begin pushing forward. Eventually, they do stagger behind as they are overwhelmed, but keeping their pace enough to get you inside. That's actually a very good picture of what this would look like.
You're welcome.
Eventually, you make your way into the temple, and it is in ruin. Things are tossed everywhere. It looks like a massive bomb went off in here. And in the center of this, you see a very wounded Nira standing over a almost shadow, but you can get the semblance that there is a person there. Nira looks very weak, very tired, like she had just fought a very difficult battle. And you see a few elves dead amongst the war, this war zone, and hundreds of undead just scattered, piles of them.
Oh, sure is that. He's quite formidable.
Eh.
I see now why I've chosen to follow her so closely.
What does the party do? Actually, before the party could do anything, Nira senses your presence. She turns back at all of you and says, "Wait, don't come any closer." And then you watch as this almost lifeless being on the ground reaches up and points not at Nira, but at Priest. Been kind of sitting off enough away from the fight to not be harmed. Kind of in a safe haven of an outcropping. He points at Priest, which Ophelia, you know, is Nira's father.
Mm.
And you watch as this.
Can I interpose myself between it and him?
You would not be able to. Yeah, you would be too far away.
And I just brought you back too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not feeling
and
this.
this being are about 60 feet from you themselves,
Okay.
and the priest is about another 40 away from them, off to the opposite side of the chamber. He reaches up, and you see this dark energy coalescing around this creature's arm as he points at the priest. And you watch as this beam, surrounded by dark energy, shoots out toward the priest, and he says, "Wait, what are you doing?" And then he just gets hit square in the chest with this beam. And you watch as he lumbers forward, falls to the ground, begins crawling toward this entity on the ground.
I mean, Ophelia, her first instinct is to cast Heal on Nira.
On Nira?
Yeah, at 7th level.
Alright. Before you get the chance to do so,
Yeah.
you watch as the priest of Nirel begins yelling. And you can definitely tell he's in a lot of pain. And then you watch as his limbs get bigger, and he begins to grow in size.
Oh.
Until eventually, you watch as this being rises from the now. But enough of energy coming from this creature in front of Nira to transform his priest, and you see this being. So do we have a picture?
Yes, it's on his sheet.
Perfect. I just have to find its sheet.
It's under enemies.
Yep. You see as a creature as wings, bone-like wings, unfurl. And this red skin covered in horns and other aspects of chaos. I'm just going to go with that. And with a very looks larger than usual, and you see the wings unfurl themselves completely, and as the head looks down, you see a pair of horns curl down and then upward, and this creature announces to you, the entity actually in front of Nira announces to this creature, says, "You are Orcus. Finish them in my stead."
Wait. Whoa. Okay.
And Nira turns toward Ophelia, says, "Sorry." And then you watch as her form turns into what appears to be almost a spectral raven and flies directly into Ophelia.
What the fuck?
And Ophelia,
Possession
you
much?
are whisked out of your current form, and you appear in almost like an extra dimension, where it's you and Nira, who you can see in this current sage, is much older than you remember. She appears to be a full-grown adult in front of you, and she sits in a chair across from you, and she begins talking to you, but we will come back to that. As the rest of you, I need you to Roll initiative.
You want to get us on a map?
Oh yeah, I should probably do that.
Might help. Oh, my internet just cut off for the last 20 seconds.
Is this like a
It's okay, we were just talking about
This is like a-
baconators.
is this like a regular fight or more of like your boss and the wolf fight?
It's a boss fight.
This is like
You
the
are
boss fight
fighting
of boss
Orcus.
fights.
Oh yeah, the god of chaos. I'm aware of Orcus.
The priest of undeath. The demon prince of undeath.
Oh man, it's ironic because given canon of this world, I know where he ends up later.
Well,
I
this
know
is
what
his
I'm-
birth.
Well, I know what I'm doing. On my turn.
Cool.
Ophelia's not rolling initiative yet, correct?
Well, no.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a great roll.
Well, since Ophelia's not rolling initiative, somebody has
Yeah, I gotta make up for her.
Wow.
I mean, someone has to.
Well, I guess I'll just go get some chips then.
Wow. Fine.
just eat popcorn and watch the show for a little while.
Yeah.
Kira's like, ooh, this is gonna be good.
Mhm.
Sits on the floor.
Oh man, this is gonna end well for us. I don't expect to survive this. I'm gonna be honest.
Why not?
How many hit points does Morgul have?
81.
Oh yeah, you'll be fine.
You say with the immediate change in pitch?
It's just because I know what Orcus' stats are.
Yeah. Anybody with the yeah.
Well, I mean, like, fresh in my memory because, like I said, Josh got here 20 minutes ago, so I got to do the prep for tonight.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh no, am I going first? I don't want to go first.
Yeah, you're going.
I'm not built for going first.
This is now not how I operate.
This is not what
actually,
I ever do.
I do need Ophelia to roll initiative.
Oh, okay.
As the conversation between you the conversation with you and Nira, she tells you, she says, pretty much in the span of 6 seconds, she says to you as you are sitting there, she says, thank you for allowing me to take refuge here. Between this entity that now lies dead on the ground being Nero, and whatever creature is now harnessed, I am too weak to continue. So I need you to fight in my stead. And before you can respond, you are whisked back to reality. But you do feel a great sense of power.
What type of power?
I'm unsure what that means, but I'm quiet about it.
As you all look at Ophelia during this quick brief, it appears as if she's wearing over her face a very faint image of a porcelain mask.
Well,
You can see
nice
through
mask.
it, but you can see it.
Alright.
All right. Morgul, what is your dex bonus?
My dex bonus is 2.
What is your dex?
My dex bonus is a 14. And
Okay,
it's a plus
I need
2.
you to roll 1d20.
Alright.
Hilarious.
Oh
Okay,
my god.
you go before Orcus.
Hey.
Okay, good.
All right,
Means I can smack him before he smacks me.
this creature
Dang.
lumbers over all of you. He just looks at all of you and says, "You will make a fine addition to my armies." Ray, you are first.
um,
Immediately frightened.
Answer.
so with Crown of Stars, it's an action to cast it, but a bonus action to use one of the motes. Can I use one of them on the first round that I cast it?
I believe so, unless it says on following turns or subsequent turns.
No, it just says 7 motes of light orbit your head. You can use a bonus action to throw one.
Then, they're not pillars or urns, Jax. Yeah, you would be able to.
Okay. And he's... Is this to scale?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm gonna do that.
I guess not quite to scale, but it's close enough.
I'm within 120 feet.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So 26 does hit.
I should hope so.
All
I have a
hope
freaking
so.
plus 13 to hit now. I should hope it freaking hits.
Right up there with Dark.
Well, yeah, that was my action. That was my bonus action. And I'm gonna count on everybody else separating and me getting to hide here.
Eventually.
Eventually.
Yep.
So that's it. I'm done.
Okay. Jax, your turn.
So, do I go and kill it then?
Don't
I mean,
get too close.
It has threatened to kill you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fine.
Charging
you
ahead
can
worked so well last time.
Yeah.
15. 20.
Thank God I bought a Lumbo and plenty of.
About how far off is it? Smaller or larger than that? Because I'm only trying to move 30 feet and hold an action.
Okay. Yeah, you can. I mean, this is going to be to scale for this fight.
Okay. I would like to hold an action that if he moves up or one of my melee allies gets within reach, to use my cloak to bamf directly behind him.
Oh, but at flanking.
Okay.
Remember, we don't use that optional rule.
Oh crap, that's right. Well, then I'll wait for him to get into melee combat with one of my other allies and then bamf in on him. If he moves in on me, then I hit him.
You can only prepare one action, not two.
Then I
Bamf or hit.
prepare to bamf.
Okay.
You prepare to Nightcrawler.
Yup.
All right. Which brings us to Dark.
So those squares are 5 feet each.
Yep.
I can get about there. And I'm going to load my crossbow with a special bolt.
How special is it?
Oh, the blue scroll from Dane.
About to find out.
Yeah, we're about to
Ah.
find out how special.
Blue scroll.
I'm,
Okay.
I'm glad you decided to use the black one earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, 29 hits. for 15 damage. Demons.
Demon.
Surprise the surprise.
What?
He was saying that it's immune to poison damage. He kind of cut out
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Demons. Yeah.
because demons.
Because
Oh, well,
demons.
I don't know what these scrolls do, so I'm just using them.
All right.
And I'm gonna use
So
this one
you
too.
attach the blue scroll, and it flies toward Orcus and explodes in a field of electrical energy. As I prepare to look up the spell to determine exactly how much damage it does.
I'm just picturing like he like has it like wrapped around the bolt head.
Kinda.
Okay. Roll 5d8.
And that's the one where it's taped on there.
All right. So you watch as this scroll attached to this bolt flies at Orcus, impacts him in the upper shoulder, and then a area of lightning energy just spills outward, causing Orcus to be hit with 20 points of lightning damage, which you watch as it hits him, but doesn't seem to be as effective as you would have hoped.
Well, I figured now was the time to use these things.
Oh, probably.
And I'm using the other one.
Yep.
The green
All
scroll.
right.
Shoot him if you got him.
All right. So you watch as this bolt flies off, hits Orcus in the other shoulder, dealing 19 points of damage with the force think. Let me check.
Yeah, the bursting shot.
Yeah, just gonna check. Yeah, okay, just making sure. 19 points of damage. And then he needs to make a dex save. That definitely saves. As a bolt of lightning strikes down at him from above.
Well,
I
we
need
know what
you
that one
to
does now.
roll 3d10.
Yes. Ooh,
18.
nice.
So he makes his save, and he's resistant to lightning. So you do 5 points of damage.
Worth.
Okay.
Hooray.
As you all look up
Hooray.
into the now darkened sky thanks to this all lightning spell that has been cast down,
Yeah, I figured
targeting
that.
Orcus.
You just love cold lightning.
And I
And
fired my
at-
third shot, but I think that misses.
16 does miss.
That's what I figured.
Yep.
And that's, fuck it. You know what? Action surge.
Do it.
This early, Jesus.
I mean, why
This
He
not?
is
may
big
not
bad.
survive long enough.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Hell, in the game I used to run, the fighter didn't use action surge and then died the next turn.
Yep.
That has to feel bad.
Yeah.
I
But I
told
did
him,
a lot
I
of
told him
hate
to use it. He was like, no, I got time, and then he just died.
Is that 18
Yep.
hit?
Yeah, 18 hits for 26 damage. That hits
So
for
much
23
damage.
damage. And that hits for 23 damage.
It's the only reason I'm here, guys.
Dark's good at hitting things.
When he rolls good.
Yeah, when you roll as well.
Okay. And at the end of your turn,
I instantly die.
he looks over at you, and he makes a motion with his hand, and you watch as this skeletal image of one of his hands reach up and grabs around you.
Oh, great, chill touch.
He'll touch.
Kill touch.
You take 22 points of necrotic damage.
And
That's what I call a boop.
can't regain hit points until the start of his turn.
Yep, and you cannot regain hit points till the start of your next turn. Or
Alright.
its next turn.
His next turn.
End of the Orcus's next turn.
Oh, well, good thing that's coming up relatively quick.
Yeah? And Rakugmo's turn.
Oh my
He,
god, Kugmo.
He looks around at all of you, shrugs, and then runs forward.
Don't do it. He's just a boy.
Do it,
He's
Rakugo.
just a child.
At that point, my held action would go off.
Yep.
Oh wow, those are some low rolls on Rakugo's part until you hit the 30.
Well, he doesn't have. Oh, there's a crit.
Yeah, there's the crit.
Yep.
There's the 30.
So, 15 misses. 17 hits. Crit hits. And the 13 misses.
Well, we know his AC.
Yep.
Ta-da.
Not very high.
Yeah.
So he takes 19 points of damage.
Good job, Rakugo.
Mm-hmm.
You did a good job.
At the end of Rakugmo's turn,
He kicks the kobold.
Hmm.
He bitch slaps the kobold.
Orcus, sensing the teleportation behind him, uses one of his legendary actions to attack Jax.
I am obscured behind thick smoke.
He uses his legendary action, to attack Jax. What is your AC?
23.
23. Okay. He does hit you,
Ouch!
and
I'm
you
not getting
suffer
anywhere near.
as you are impaled on his tail.
Oh, good.
Impaled on his tail.
Just remember, I don't know if he crit. I am immune to crit.
He did not crit.
Okay.
You
Is it-
suffer 17 points of piercing damage
Mhm.
and 7 points of poison damage.
Okay. How much and how much?
You take 17 piercing and 7 poison. Total of 24 damage.
Yep.
Alright. Morgul, your turn.
Alright, I'm going to move over here. Bonus action, cast Holy Weapon on the Longbow of Lost Souls.
Okay.
So now I'm going to be able to do an additional 2d8 Radiant, which I've already factored into the macro, thank God. And on my main action, I'm going to use said Longbow of Lost Souls on him. 22 hit, dealing 17 piercing, well, 10 piercing, 7 radiant.
Yep.
Yeah, so your drow friend takes out the most wicked looking longbow, casts a divine spell on it, lets loose a quick arrow into him.
Yep. And at the end of your turn, Morgul,
Mm-hmm.
he looks over and another hand rises from the ground over you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's weak fucking damage. You take 10 necrotic damage.
Ouch. Okay. Can't regain hit points until the end of his turn?
Yep.
Alright.
And then his turn.
I was like, I'll take a page out of Dark's book for once. I should probably put on something a bit more epic than this.
At his turn, you see him begin casting a spell.
I'm gonna try to counterspell.
Okay.
At let me look at my spell slots real quick. I'll try to do it at 5th level.
Okay. is not high enough to meet the spell level. So I need you to roll your charisma check. As the spell completes. And none of you notice anything immediately.
Immediately.
Good.
Is it weird that Morgul is hit higher with a bow than he has with his sword?
Yes.
Yes.
Nick, that was a check, not a saving throw, right?
Correct.
Just checking.
Oh, so there we go, some actual boss music.
Oh, I'm already playing boss music through the stream. So now I have to mute Fredbot.
All right.
For those who aren't playing music currently.
Yeah, that's fine. This will be rectified next campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And then
What the fuck is happening?
Yeah, what happened to Stillwater? Dark, I feel bad for you.
as a time stop was cast at the end of what would have been Morgul's next turn, a field of dark energy forms within the room.
Did you just cast a darkness?
Nope, it does not hurt you in any way. What you feel, everybody but Ophelia feels themselves become weakened in the presence of this undead, this demon. And what you guys didn't immediately notice is that more creatures have begun to appear in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we're screwed.
Oh, another one of those things.
We're fine.
Fine.
Oh,
We're
we're
fine.
fine! As the fighter dies again.
Hold on, where's my coffee? Everything is fine.
Yeah. Oh, great.
As these two Mariliths have appeared and are standing over the two of you with drawn actions.
Right.
And Orcus completing his legendary action, causing an effect on all of you, other than Ophelia, then points at the two of you and says, "Kill them."
Of course.
Oh, of course. He's always got something out for the cleric.
And the fighter. Take him out as soon as they can. Didn't even get a hit in.
You'll live.
Yeah.
1, 2,
You'll
3,
live longer
4,
than me.
5, 6. And a tail. First. So, Morgul, what is your AC?
My AC is 21.
21. Okay. The tail surprisingly misses you. Are you wearing adamantine armor?
I am wearing ebony mail, and
Okay.
I do have. I can make. Did he crit?
Yes.
I'm gonna use my reaction to get rid of that.
Okay.
Fuck
So
off.
you negate first crit.
The first crit.
Oh, the other
and
5. No.
immediately after that. So the tail tries to wrap around you. You dodge it, and then a flurry of 6 longswords comes at you. The first one looks like it's going to impact right across your clavicle, your neck, and you manage to use your reaction to move slightly and hit you in the shoulder, dealing 13 points of slashing damage. And then she swings down the opposite side, getting you right in the lower portion of your neck, dealing 20 points of slashing damage on that crit. Followed by a miss, a miss, a miss, and a miss.
13. And what?
20. So you take 33 points of damage.
Yeah.
And Jax, the tail against you misses. Followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Thankfully, you have adamantine armor, so the 2 crits that would have happened against you
Jeez.
Yeah, fuck
do
these
not happen.
things.
Yeah, fuck these devils and demons, man. This is ridiculous.
That's 4 crits
Um,
between the 2 of them.
I know, that was
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah.
The first attack, however, other than the tail, does hit you for 10 points of damage. The second
that's
one
good.
hits you for 16 points of damage. The third one hits you for 17 points of damage. The fourth one hits you for 10 points of damage. The fifth one would have been a crit.
Hang on, the first.
Oh
what's the
my
third
God.
one?
The third one, so it was 10, 16, 17.
Nice knowing
Can
you.
you say
43.
rip the fighter again? Okay.
Followed by another 22. And the last
So
one missed.
65 total damage.
Yep. Just wipe the entire fighter's health point. Who didn't even? Yeah.
Are you dead?
I have no healing. At least not any healing that's gonna matter.
1 second.
Are you unconscious?
No, I'm not unconscious, but I'm saying, like, if I stay here and even try to fight this, if I run, it's gonna kill me. If I stay here and fight this, it's gonna mow me down. And the healing potions I have, even with my lay on hands as an Azamar, I would have to chug every potion I had simultaneously to get my hit points up enough to not be killed.
I mean, disengage as an action is a thing.
Yeah, disengage is a thing you can do.
Yeah.
Also, you don't have the lay on hands as an Azamar.
Yeah, you do. I wasn't told otherwise.
No, not in this campaign.
This
this
one
one
we
is-
actually are using regular rules.
Mm-hmm.
Still, yeah, we didn't do the
Not yet. So
yeah,
she still has
for the
lay on
next one.
hands.
Yeah, I can do 13 from that.
Oh, right. That's right.
Yeah.
We did keep it normal, didn't we, for this one?
Kept everything
Yeah,
out
for
of the
this one.
book.
I'm so used to using the revised.
Yeah. All right.
Mhm.
And then, since that happens at the end of Morrigal's turn,
Yep.
Some bullshit.
Yeah, this is.
I'm
Now it's
stopping
Orcus's
the reaction.
turn.
Now
Okay.
it's Orcus's turn.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
And he casts a spell.
Oh, great. Great, you have counterspell.
I already
okay.
used my reaction.
This
but
would
she
technically
can-
would
Stop
be
the
prepared.
summoning.
Saying you have it prepared, right? In case
I already
future
tried to
bullshit
use
occurs.
it once. That's what the charisma check was.
this would
Yep.
actually be yeah. So you watch as the center of the room, a pool of black energy seeps out and explodes, filling the entire room. I need all of you to make con saves.
Including
Great.
Ophelia?
Not Ophelia.
Okay.
As this
Great.
energy seeps over Ophelia, and you feel nothing. As
Well,
you are
Morgul's
immune-
most likely gonna die.
as you are
Ray, you
immune
get a
to the
plus
necrotic
4.
energy.
Before I
Oh.
roll this, I want to make sure that I've done my item modifiers correctly. The Staff of Power would stack with the Cloak of Protection. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I have
Wait.
advantage
Okay.
against-
Wait. That's what just
The fuck?
happened.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
What the hell
Okay,
is
No,
happening?
I broke something.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
weird. Okay, so
that-
you
that
rolled an
multiplied
11.
it by 0.
Yeah.
So I'm just
Weird.
gonna roll
Why is it
1d20.
multiplying it by 0?
Do you want me to just
Yeah.
re-roll 1d20 plus 8?
Also, I just realized I have a
Just
spell
keep
that
the 11 plus 8.
Oh, I know what you did. You, in the bonus for your Staff of Power, you put +2. Don't
yeah.
put +2, just put 2.
Just put 2. Got it.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah. Yeah. As you see, it's 5 + 2 + 1 ++.
Plus, it tried real hard.
Yeah,
It
so
was
that,
like,
that broke the macro.
You broke the macro.
Oh,
And I
good
forgot about
buddy.
Spellguard Shield, so is this a spell?
yeah, it's a spell.
I'll take the 17 over the 7.
Sure. Okay.
So it's
Probably not
11
gonna
plus
save.
8 plus 4.
I'm probably not
Nice.
gonna save, and I will be dead by the start of my turn, but sure.
Now I gotta find the DC. Right there. Found it. Okay. So, if it rolled lower than 23,
Jesus.
Seriously?
I think that's all of them.
yeah.
Oh my god.
We are not properly leveled for this.
Yeah, we are all dead.
Yeah, we are.
Sometimes you're not supposed to.
Ophelia's fine.
encounter.
Yeah, Ophelia will.
Yeah, if he was just hit
Yeah.
with this blast of energy, it just doesn't feel a damn thing.
She's
Not
like-
a thing.
We are.
Like, I don't know what you guys are
all
talking
for this type of fight.
What the fuck, Mary?
So
You protect one of your worshippers, but not the other.
it was
I mean, Ophelia did kind of do more for.
11 plus 12, basically, so 23. So Ray saves,
Yes!
taking half damage. But since the effect that Orcus used at the end of Morgul's turn made everybody but Ophelia vulnerable to necrotic,
I'm already resistant. Get screwed.
I was gonna say, so then does that just mean that it's straight damage for us if we had a resistance and then a vulnerability?
yes, it would be. But you saved, so you take half the total.
Sweet.
So Jax takes 33 points of necrotic damage.
Yay! I'm going.
Ray takes 17 points of necrotic damage.
Congratulations. From
Everybody else
160 to 60
66
and do
points.
actions.
Oh,
How
of
much?
necrotic damage.
Sorry.
66.
And I'm at-
66.
oh my god.
I'm at negative 28.
Farron would also take 33, because I'm assuming this is a spell, right?
Yeah, so you would have resistance. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have resistance to it, which would cancel out the vulnerability.
Yeah, I'm at negative 28.
Yeah.
Morgul falls unconscious.
Yep.
Oh wait,
which-
and I'm wielding the longbow of lost souls, aren't I?
Yeah.
The longbow that we told nobody to use.
Oh, good.
Oh, it's if it dies. I'm not dead
Yeah.
yet.
You're not dead. You're just unconscious.
Hmm.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll just sit here with my negative 28
Ophelia.
HP.
It's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna use slow.
Oh, okay.
Fuck this dude.
Mm-hmm.
On him and the chick in the back.
The one Merilith.
That's-
Okay.
Yeah, since it's a 40-foot radius.
So they need to make wisdom saves?
Yep.
Um,
18 whiz saves.
Actually, can it hit both since it's like an 80-foot diameter?
You could hit.
Like all three of them?
You would hit Rakugma.
No, I can choose. Who gets
No,
hit?
this room is only 60 feet.
Yeah,
you
it's
can-
only
yeah.
up to 3 targets within that range anyway.
Yeah, so you can hit
Yeah.
all of them.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. Let's see. So, wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so both the Meriliths succeed the save,
Okay.
Oh, great.
and Orcus fails, and then chooses to succeed.
Yeah, okay. And I'm gonna use bonus action spiritual weapon on Orcus
Okay.
at a fucking crazy high fucking level at 5th level.
Oh,
Suck it,
all
bitch.
right. That hits 23 damage.
Nice.
Okay.
I now envy Molly's parapet of healing.
The
Oh,
other
Ophelia has
thing
one
to,
of those.
Ophelia, that you notice is your holy symbol burns brighter. As
Alright, cool.
essentially what you could do is cast your, and I forgot to tell you this earlier, your channel divinity indefinitely while you are currently housing the Raven Queen.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yay.
Yeah,
Yay.
sorry. So that is your turn. Farron.
Misa?
Yusa.
Oh.
With that too.
Jesus.
Finally got to you.
All right. Well, was gonna go at the big bad guy to try and help out Dark. Then I just saw Morgul go down. So I think I'm actually gonna. I think I'm actually gonna go after the.
Here too.
Yeah, I know it's literally a telltale decision. I'm looking to the right and I'm looking to the left. You can only save one of them.
Who is gonna remember this in the next campaign and hold it against you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then I remember Morgul can do healing, so I'm gonna go save Morgul.
Save the cleric. That's a good idea.
Yep. Gonna run up to that bitch. And
bitch.
You
yep.
should remember, stay close to Farron because of his bonuses.
Yeah, and that bonus helps you on your death save there too, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm going to attack her. I can't. Wait, she's only large, isn't she?
Yeah.
So I can actually shield bash her. I'm gonna shield bash her first.
Okay.
Actually, you know what?
Move them the fuck away.
Well, I can either push them or knock them prone. But actually, I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Blinding Smite. So the next time I hit her, that will be on top of my normal damage. So just concentrate on that one real quick, and then going to attack her twice. Yep, pretty sure 28 will hit.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, healer's on the ground. I'm gonna smite. Just
Probably
smite
a
him
good
if
idea. Yeah.
smite him if you got him. Yeah.
Ironic.
Smite the shit out of everything.
All right. So first attack is, let's see, 26, 43 points of damage, and she needs to make a con save, DC 17.
She chooses to succeed. Oh god.
That's a 23.
Well, I tried. So she's not blind, but she did take the extra damage.
Yep.
And then I will attack again.
Okay.
Worse.
Yeah, that misses.
I rolled half of my first roll. Cool. Well, that's my turn.
Okay.
I'm glad I didn't get attached to Morgul quite as much as I would have. Still attached now, thank you guys for making him live long enough.
Could still live.
All right. Ray, it's your turn.
I can use meta magic on spells from items, right?
No, they have to be sorcerer spells.
If it's a sorcerer spell from an item?
I don't know. Mike, you make that call.
I also played a sorcerer with a staff of power, and the way I did it was quicken the sorcerer spell and then use the action to do it out of the staff. The way I differentiated that way made it available to casting a bunch of high level spells in one turn, because casting out of a staff is different from casting it with a spell slot.
Yeah, actually that is true, because you're using an item, not casting a spell.
Yeah.
So specifically, though, I was thinking of using twin spell, not quicken spell.
No.
No?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
you're not technically casting a spell, you're using an item to cast.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good idea, though.
I'm still going to cast Hold Monster. I'm going to do it on the one, the sword bitch closest to Jax.
Sword bitch closest to Jax. All right, go ahead and link it. You probably don't have to link it because it's.
No,
Yeah,
I dragged
no,
it over.
that's easy.
I had plenty of time to drag it over.
That's
I've
fair.
been thinking about this for a while.
So
My
that is a
DC
wisdom save.
My DC is 19.
Wisdom save. Oh, that's a 21.
God damn it.
Yep, we are effed.
All right, well,
FBA,
I'm going to
no
use
wisdom.
my bonus action then to chuck a mote at the one next to Farron.
Okay. That hits for 30 damage.
Nice.
That does a good chunk of her health.
Good to
She
know.
ain't looking good.
Oh.
And
nice.
that's my turn. I'm going to
All right.
stay right here.
At the end of your turn,
Yep.
Orcus looks at Farron and is like, "You're meddling," and casts Chill Touch on him.
And
Oh
you're
no.
and I cast Get Wrecked.
And Farron takes, since you are resistant to spells, it cancels with the vulnerability to necrotic, so you take 16 points of necrotic damage.
Oh no.
Wait a second. Chill touch still on me and Dark too?
No,
Okay, just checking, because otherwise I'd be screwed.
it's fine. It's only to the end of his next turn, and that was his last turn. So, and then at initiative count 20, you all get a glimpse as Jax is about to attack a very angry-looking dwarf. Steps into the room. And you recognize King Harbeck. And he looks up at Orcus and over at the demons. Just goes, "Oh no. You shouldn't have brought the demons in." And he reaches over toward this end of the room. And you watch as a portal opens up. And a very large spear comes flying through and impacts Orcus in the shoulder and restrains itself in there.
Oh, he's now restrained. Great.
Well, he's not restrained. The spear is restrained in him.
Damn it.
And out from the portal
Yo!
steps
Yes!
Zariel.
Yeah.
Yes!
Avernus!
This is amazing.
Nice.
And she looks at him and goes, "Demons don't belong on this plane." And two pit fiends step out from behind her.
I never thought I'd be glad to not see a pit fiend.
I was gonna say, I know some players that would be very angry to ever see a pit fiend. I've never been happier to see a pit fiend.
Oh my god.
And
As
Farron
this
was
one
mad we
moves
helped
over right here and just begins wailing into this Merilith. This other one just completely annihilates this one. No chance whatsoever. Just dead, as it only had 15 health left.
So close.
My freaking heart is like thrumming right now. I'm ready to black out.
I really want to
Some
feel like
coffee.
to have another turn, you guys.
I want to get at least one
Great.
more round of attacks before I die.
Same here. I would like to get an attack in before I actually hit the ground. Again.
And Zariel moves up and starts flashing at Orcus with her sword, and then pulls the spear out of his flesh. As they have now entered the fight.
That's great. Oh wow, more things get to go before Ophelia.
And Jax, it is your turn.
First wave of attacks.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
It die.
No.
Action
the
surge.
18 looks like it's gonna hit. She raises one of her swords and blocks it.
Action
the-
surge.
The next two do hit. Okay.
It's a good idea.
Okay. The 21 and the 29 both hit. Still alive.
Okay. That is action surge. I am going to second wind as a bonus action.
Okay.
And that's 1d10 plus your fighter level, correct?
Yep.
You should just click it, doesn't it work?
Yeah, I should just be able to click it.
If you copied it in from the thing.
Fuck you.
Alright. You know, 14 health.
That's within 5 feet of me,
That's
isn't
the
it?
second time I've seen that happen this week.
Yeah. Gee, I can't imagine why. Let me see if it actually does it.
This
Only
is
within
just
5 feet
Oh,
of me.
it does. Nice.
Say it should.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know that you
14.
could do. I didn't know you could do that.
No,
Nice.
you do. Most things should just be
And
able to be clickable.
At the end of your turn, unless are you moving at all? Or you're staying there.
If I move, it's gonna hit me. If I stay
Hey.
here, it's gonna hit me. You know what? Yeah, I will move and risk the singular attack.
Okay.
5. 10.
She goes walking onto the pit fiend.
Excuse me, pardon me.
Every
And
balls.
over Rakugmo.
You just hop.
All right, and as you move away, the Marilith does not attack you.
Oh shit.
But at the end of your turn, Orcus looks down at Dark. Says,
Nice knowing you, Dark. Sorry.
die. And sticks you with his tail. Yeah, that's gonna hit. You take 18 piercing damage and 9 poison damage for a total of 27 damage.
Alright.
And then it is your turn.
He's alive!
Not going down without a fight, asshole.
Alright, that hits, that misses, that hits. Total of 24. Ooh, that's a third time.
Yeah, my god, holy shit. It's just a bad week for second wins, apparently.
I guess, yeah. Just brutal.
I just
This
want
week
this-
was
Hey,
not meant to have
hey,
a second one.
I'm using my good rolls for the attacks. That's all that fucking
That's
matters in this
fair.
fight, guys.
Worth it.
Alright.
That's
And
a good point.
then
Yeah.
at the end of your turn, he sticks you with his tail again. Oh.
Oh, that's good.
Right.
When he says, "Oh,"
That means
Uh,
he crit or he nat one.
We will see.
No, it hits and it deals 34 points of damage to you.
oh,
Ooh.
How convenient, Josh.
Yeah. Oh, very convenient.
That was exactly my health. Dark goes down.
oh, god damn it!
Yeah, it's great that the
That
glaive
damage
glares
rolled
down.
really well too. Also, I was like, oh.
Ugh.
Calculated.
I did my
calculated,
job.
Calculated.
Mhm. It's great
Oh
that-
man.
It's great that the
All right.
the people.
And Rakugmo just kind of like looks at the Marilith and then looks over at Orcus and is like, okay. And just runs up.
Okay.
Okay.
We don't deserve Rakugmo.
We don't.
Yeah.
2,
He's
3,
the
4.
precious baby. What a precious baby boy.
I'm gonna hit the demon.
Hit the demon.
That's my
Alright.
job.
7 on the first one. 12 on the second one. 13 misses and 7 on the third one. Alright, Orcus is starting to look pretty weak.
Yeah, pretty weak now.
Sorry. He looks weakened.
Weakened.
He still has like 600 health, guys. So that's okay.
Yeah, we're all dead.
All right, Morgul, death save.
Yep.
+4.
Yeah, this is +4. D20.
You can just click the death save and it'll roll it.
Yeah, but it won't factor in his.
You just
Yeah,
add
just-
4 yourself.
Yeah, just add
Add
4 manually. Yeah, it's fine.
Hmm.
Pretty simple.
Plus
math.
plus 4 isn't that hard of math.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nice.
One success.
1 success.
I think that should count as 2 successes because it's 10
Nope.
twice.
One success.
I tried.
All right,
Unless
and then
somebody wants to,
Orcus's
beat
turn.
me
He says as he prepared the fight for us tonight.
up. Mhm.
Oh,
Orcus
this was
looks-
planned a while ago.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
has been in the running. Orcus looks around, slightly panicked, as he has Zariel on one side of him, who standing over Rakugmo. She can't see her because I don't have a token for her. Actually I do.
Ooh.
Yeah, technically, you do have a token for her.
Where is the Zariel token?
It was nice knowing you guys. It was nice having all that good character development.
Character development is essential before.
Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. Bum bum bum.
Dear God, she's growing.
Yeah.
She steps on
Hello,
Dark's
there
head
he
as she stands there.
She's like, just die, it's fine.
All right. Orcus is going to look at her and just say, "Devil scum."
All right.
Wow.
I know. Creative.
Yeah, if only his
And then he points a finger over at Ray.
Yeah, we
Well,
all
you
saw
don't
this coming,
know.
right?
then there's the power word kill.
And he just says, "You're a menace." And a black...
Can I counterspell this?
You can try.
Yeah. I have
Okay.
it back. I haven't
Do it.
reacted.
Yeah,
Do it.
go for it.
I'm gonna do this one at 6th level.
Okay. Still to roll your check.
Yep. Hold on. Waiting for my sheet to behave.
Okay. As you watch this dark energy begin to form around Orcus's finger, and a slight beam comes firing out before it just fizzles. And he just looks at you.
Nervous giggling.
And then he walks over here, providing
Okay.
opportunity attacks from Zariel and Rakugmo,
And oh wait,
And
which Rakugmo's hits. And
if only
so does Zariel's. So she cuts into him pretty good. Although her fire doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot. And then you watch as he motions at the portal that's there and begins twisting it. And you watch as you can see the kind of image of the burning hells before it transforms into a black abyss.
Do I get an attack on him while he's doing all this stuff or no?
No.
Okay.
You will as soon as he moves here, though.
Okay.
now you can hit him.
That hits for 12 plus 6 points of fire damage.
Get your ass back here. Go nowhere.
Total of 18 damage before he turns back to all of you and looks at Ophelia. It's just like, "Mm.
Hmm.
You may have bested me this time, but you have not seen the last of me." And then he tosses a chain at Ophelia.
Like, tossing it as in for me to catch it, or like it's gonna go around her?
It is going to impale you.
Oh, right, he's gonna do a scorpion.
With this
Chain of
line,
stabbing. Wait,
with this line, can Farron try to interpose shield to give disadvantage?
Shields and great swords and all this other shit.
Well, I actually have like an ability that, like the protection fighting style. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, great, he's gonna.
I would say yes, because he announced it as part of it.
Okay. So I was ready for it.
Yeah, I really want Ophelia to get a fucking turn.
I think this is a scripted event.
Yeah, got it. But what I'm gonna do is things that require actions. So.
Yeah, I think this is scripted, so we know what to fight.
What would have been a critical hit is instead of 36.
Okay.
So it still hits. As Farron goes to interpose his shield, the spear flies through the shield.
Wait,
And-
wasn't he immovable, held immovable by a javelin or something?
No, the
she pulled
javelin
it
was
out of
in
him.
Yeah. Plus the
She pulled
javelin
it
was in him, not. Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't restraining him. The javelin was physically restrained in him as she used him as an anchor to pull
It
herself
was
through
just
the portal.
weird wording.
Yeah.
basically,
Okay.
the spear impaled him. It didn't hold him down or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
As the spear, this chain with a spear tip on it flies through Farron's shield and impales onto Ophelia. And he steps through the portal, dragging Ophelia, and subsequently Farron now, through the portal.
You're gonna need to get that
Sweet.
shield fixed.
Can I
This is great.
attempt to grab onto them?
You
Ooh.
used your reaction to attack him.
Fuck.
Yeah, if only the
Yep.
drow were alive.
There's not a you can't make a contested strength throw to avoid being dragged? I'm trying.
In this case, there is no way.
Fuck.
He only has like a.
We're not strong enough to do it.
20.
That's like
Yeah,
a
he's only
28. Probably not gonna make it.
I clip the chain in place with the immovable rod. Get fucked, you ain't going nowhere.
You would not have been close enough, and you used a reaction already.
Alright.
As he just steps through, dragging the two of them with him.
Good. Bye, guys.
Yeah.
There is still a
I
Merilith
don't
alive,
even hear that.
I mean, I didn't say
as
that.
the portal juts behind him.
Well, that champion status really worked out for you.
Did I make it my turn?
There.
Yep.
I'm gonna rage throw a moat at it. So I got this
Okay.
circling.
Ray would
Rage
like
throw.
to rage. And
Not gonna
That
hit.
does not hit.
How does it look rough at all?
It looks pretty fucked.
All
yeah,
right.
it looks pretty fucked because a pit fiend just attacked it, and Jax.
Um,
It's really
Yeah, like you're guessing if that spell would have hit, probably would have killed it.
all right.
Probably.
I'm just gonna do a first level chromatic orb.
Okay.
Going to do thunder damage.
Okay. How do you want to do this?
I just wanted to shoot straight into her face.
Okay. So as she's looking to get in combat with this pit fiend, this sound ball flies out and just boom right in her face, just blowing what is remaining of her head, as it had previously been impacted by pit fiend's mace, just completely off, and then the snake body just kind of falls to the ground limply.
Honestly, I was expecting you to summon the chromatic orb inside and expand,
And then I'm gonna come to the sudden realization that I am now the only healer on this field.
Yeah, you're the only
And
person
it's
who's currently still living.
As the pit fiends then look at Zariel, and Zariel turns to King Harbeck, who is standing close to Ray, and she says, "Your brother says hi," and then they all disappear.
Well, that was interesting if I were alive to hear it.
As soon as I'm allowed, I'm gonna cast Mass Healing Word.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Uh,
Hopefully you heal more than 20
Dark,
HP.
on your turn, I need you to make a death save.
Pair you up to wound closure.
Okay. Morgul,
Stay
on
back.
your turn, I need you to make a death
Make a
save.
death save, yep. And Farron's not here to give me advantage either.
Well, it
No,
wasn't
it's not here to
advantage,
give you
but
+4.
yeah.
Uh,
19.
Yeah, it's still pretty
2
good.
successes.
2 successes.
On the third one, you'll be conscious if you keep going at that rate. 18, 19,
And-
20.
Ray, it's your turn.
Yeah,
Now-
I'm gonna cast Mass Healing Word to just pop everybody up.
Okay.
I'm now at negative 20.
We don't do
you're
negatives.
You're at 8.
no,
Yeah.
you're good.
Yeah, you're same health as me, man.
Alright.
Yeah. Anything below 0 is 0.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna turn to the king, and that also applies to Rakugmo, Jax, and Ray.
Okay.
Sweet.
Because I can hit up to 6 people, so
Okay.
might as well. But then I'm gonna turn to the king.
And then since there's no pressing matters anymore, combat is finished.
I'm gonna turn to the king and say,
Pretty
how-
big matter. 2 of our allies got sucked into hell. Oh my god.
I think it was
Well,
the
actually,
Abyss.
not hell, the abyss.
Sorry, the abyss.
"Can I turn to the king and say something?"
Yes.
Okay. How do we fix this? How do we get them back?
Can't.
I would imagine.
What do
I
you
would
mean
imagine-
can't?
Their fate is theirs now.
Realistically, we could go there and free them, but we'd have to fight him again. You know, I saw how that happened for me.
You would need somebody that can control fates. And since Nero was taken with,
Yeah, clearly.
it's going to be difficult to find somebody that can do that. There's only 2 other people that can, and neither of them are here.
Yep.
And Ray, while you're at it, make a religion check for me.
Okay.
Since I'm conscious and trying to at least have a decent conversation with
Nope.
the person,
I will allow you to, Morgul, as you are religious, to make a religion check.
thank God I've got a +4.
Hey.
Okay.
19.
So, Morgul,
Mm-hmm.
you notice, as the king did walk into this room wielding a warhammer,
Mm-hmm.
you notice a logo on the warhammer appears to be a anvil with a flame on it that you can determine has some religious significance tied to a deity. You're just not sure which one it could be. Although, being that he is a dwarf,
You can make some assumptions and
you
put
can
2 and 2.
assume it probably has something to do with Moradin.
Like, I don't want to be racist, but you're probably a worshiper of Moradin. I didn't want to say it aloud.
Make an intelligence check.
It'd be funny. Somehow 5e racism wins out. Nope.
Yeah, it must be a follower of Moradin.
We're just
Racist.
gonna-
That's the only guess you've got.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say it aloud, but I'm just be like,
You mean you don't want to ask him about his religious experience?
I mean, I could ask him, like, just based on this, like, I've noticed on your Warhammer, you've got some interesting symbolism. I didn't want to assume who you follow. I'm just guessing more at it.
Are you saying that to him?
Yeah.
He turns to you and he gives you a smirk. He says, "Yeah, something like that."
Hmm.
And Ray,
Mhm.
you can make an intelligence check.
Okay. My stellar intelligence.
How are
DC
you?
wasn't very high.
Yeah, the DC isn't very
It
high.
was
He gave it to
12.
me.
You're guessing this might not be a follower of Moradin.
Especially after that talk with the druid.
Yeah.
This might be Moradin.
This might be more.
There's just this moment of like, wait.
He
Wait.
seems to know of 2 creatures that can shape the fates, 3 creatures, and one of them got dragged through the portal, and 2 of them aren't here.
You are him, aren't you?
Something like that.
Okay.
So
the other
casual.
two-
Third guy?
So who are the other 2 people you're referring to then? Is it attached
Asher.
to the other one that just went through the portal?
Well, that's one of them, yes.
Hmm.
The other 2, one of which you have met, being Asher,
Man, he was a. Hey.
and then his sister.
How
I
do we
would
find his
imagine-
sister?
Are they
You don't.
I'm assuming this is a she finds.
She
you.
finds you.
Exactly.
Yeah. I was like, the moment he says that, I'm like, she finds you. Then I'm just.
So,
Yeah.
Asher just went through the portal.
No.
Ish.
Nope.
No, I know not. I
Maybe
know
not
not
Asher.
technically. I know not technically. But
He might
I
be.
mean, we could go to the Ashari.
I mean, as we can tell, clearly I'm just gonna throw it out there. She might not be willing to intervene. I'm gonna be honest, probably.
I don't care. I still would try.
All right,
Those
and
are our
as you
friends
guys
that
are
just
having
talked
this
to-
conversation, we're going to cut to the abyss.
Cool.
As Ophelia, you and Farron are pulled through this portal. And you feel this as you leave the prime material plane. Nira, her weakened state overcomes you, and you two are left exhausted, unwilling to or unable to move easily. Sorry, I had a hiccup.
So like where are we in the abyss?
Fuck. It's a good question.
Where is fuck? I
Oh,
don't
like,
think
can we
I've heard of
see
that area.
anything?
The
Yeah, I don't
plane
quite
of
remember
fucks.
hearing about fuck.
Yeah, so
Like are we like in a room? Are we like falling through the sky? Are we
you
just
wouldn't
like
be-
on the side of a mountain?
you'd be like just on kind of like almost like a flat ground, a portion that's like tearing apart from the rest of it. Yeah, you're not sure which layer of the abyss you ended on. Actually, you can make a intelligence check if you'd like.
Sure.
Ophelia is not going to be concerned about that.
I like to think.
I mostly just wanted to get like a sense of my surroundings, but sure, I'll roll to see
Gotcha.
what plane we're on. I mean, what level we're on. Yeah, not well.
Okay.
Wow.
You look
I think
around.
I skipped that class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not quite sure, but you look around. I had to find the description for this place. I fucking closed it accidentally. I was on it, and then I closed it because
Farron's literally had enough time during dragging
Yeah.
that he's taken in his surroundings. Like, this is nice it is.
well, it doesn't really have a choice at this point.
Yeah.
There it is.
It's being dragged
You
through a
find
forge.
yourselves at the foot of a mountain.
All right.
Surrounded
still
by
impaled?
a bunch of twisted black trees.
Interesting. Okay.
Am I still?
Are we
impaled?
still on? Yeah, are we still impaled by this chain?
You are no longer impaled by the chain.
Okay, so now
Alright.
it just has a hole in his shield.
Yes.
Are we like right next to Orcus?
He doesn't seem to be surrounding or nearby you at all at this point.
Oh. Okay.
He seems to have, when you were pulled through the portal, the chain separated and he kind of flew to a separate portion. You're guessing he's nearby and probably coming for you, but at this moment you are not near him.
All right. So and like Ophelia's just like laying on the ground.
Yes, Farron would sense that the longer she stays here, the weaker she gets. As a few seconds go by, suffers damage that is uncalculated, and then because it just keeps increasing and increasing, and it is very rapidly killing Ophelia.
All right.
Ophelia is unconscious?
You're not unconscious. You can feel all this happening.
Okay.
You just have a very weakened state.
Farron,
What?
You-
What? What do I do?
I don't. You need to get out, though.
What about you?
I failed. So, I don't know.
No.
Can she stand up?
You can try.
Yeah, she's gonna try to stand up.
All right.
Slowly.
Find yourself unable to.
No. Your failure's my failure. And I don't fail. And Farron starts like digging into it's that dumb confidence. Farron just starts digging into his bag, and he just says, "Good thing I write everything down, right?" And he pulls out what looks just to be like a small metal contraption.
All goes full circle. It's full circle.
And he says, "It was fun." And then he just slams it into Ophelia's chest.
What?
And
All right.
Ophelia,
Cage.
Ophelia. Yep. I will
Yeah.
actually let Mike play in this.
sure. Ophelia, as Farron like slams this weird contraption into your chest, you feel a pulling sensation very similar to the one that you felt when you were being pulled through the portal. And a whiteness fills your eyes before the pulling stops, and when it does, your vision clears, and you find yourself in a strange-looking room that you still can't stand up, so all you can really see is what you can see with your eyes. And you hear a familiar voice say, "What the hell?" And footsteps coming up to you, and your head is like moved so that you can see more of the room. And in your field of vision is the druid, Asher, and you're in the extra dimensional space that is his wagon.
The fuck?
All right.
He says, he kind of like puts his hand up to your eye and like opens your eye real wide and looks into your eye. Nero, are you in there?
Julia just is like,
This was serious for 1 second.
This is...
God damn it.
This isn't how this was supposed to go. I'll get to you in a second. I'm kind of in the middle of something. And he runs back to the center console of this extra-dimensional space and continues working on whatever he was working on before you showed up. And he's muttering to himself, rapidly pressing buttons and flipping dials, and he says, there you are. All right. Come on through. And he hits a large lever down and runs over to the main door and opens it, and you see a form just get launched into the room, and for a second it looks like this form is just going to smash into the wall, and then it just kind of pivots in the air, lands on its feet against the wall, and then does a flip, landing on his feet. And you see this human man in black clothing, and he's looking around, seems to be inspecting everything, looks over at you for a second, squints at you a bit, and then turns towards the druid who is walking up to him, and he kind of does like a sniffing motion, and he says, "What plane is this?" And the druid says, "Well, technically we're in a extra dimensional area of space, but I know what you mean. Where you're a long way from home. You've been pulled here because, well, to be honest, you weren't doing much of anything on your home plane, and I need help. So welcome to Exandria. This is a nice little place in the middle of open scale war between super powerful entities, and yeah, I need somebody that sees through the bullshit." And the person says, "Okay, what's with the girl over there?" Yes, that is... She just got done fighting a demon lord. I hear you have experience with that. Well, she is currently housing the new god of the dead, and that's one of the things I need you to do, is I need you to take her back to the prime plane, but we need to figure this out a little bit. And the guy sighs and says, "I didn't plan on having anything else to do." He takes a moment and looks the druid up and down, almost like he's able to see right through the druid, and he says, "You seem like a interesting fellow, but good at heart. I understand things are a bit dire right now, the nature of our contract we'll have to draw up later, but for now, I'll help you. And he puts his hand forward, and the druid looks at it, hesitates a little bit before grabbing it and shaking. And Ophelia, from your clumped position on the ground, watching all of this, you do notice a slight kind of swirling of air, which is interesting because there's no real wind in this extra dimensional space. And he says, "Great, yeah, we can hammer out the details later. But she really needs to get back to the material plane before the holy entity inside of her completely drains her of her life force."
Wait. Druid.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Farron's still there.
What's that?
Farron is stuck.
Where?
In the abyss.
Oh.
Yeah, oh, is a good thing.
He brought me here. Some weird orb thing.
Yeah, yeah, I'm a little surprised that you showed up. I gave that to him in case he ever found himself in a sticky situation and needed to get home quick. But I did ask him to protect you, so I guess it's partially my fault. Well, we can work on Farron later. Right now, we need to get you back to home. All right. So, you have to take her. I'm a little bit in hot shit right now and can't actually go there for the moment. So, I will dial it up for you. And he goes back to the center console, flips some switches, and opens the door for you. While that, as he opens the door, the rest of you hear that familiar sound that you've heard a couple times whenever the druid showed up. It's not nearby, but you can hear it off in the distance.
That's good
And
news.
this human fellow comes up to you, Ophelia, and he just looks down at you. "Can you stand?"
She just shakes her head.
All right. And he bends down and starts to pick you up, and pretty heavy in your armor, but even with this kind of live figure that this human has, he, like, it's no problem. He just brings you over and fireman carries and picks you right up off the ground and starts moving towards the door. And yeah, you guys leave the wagon, and the druid says, "Don't worry, I'll get Farron figured out. Just take it easy for a while. You've been through a lot." And then he closes the door, and the sound happens again, and it disappears. And Kato watches it go, and he's just like, "Oh, that's new." And he just starts walking, not really sure where to go with you, but he's carrying you somewhere. And he just starts kind of like small talking with you, just trying to get an idea of where the hell he is. So,
Yeah.
what's your name?
Ophelia.
Nice to meet you, Ophelia. I'm Kato.
Hi. She coughs a couple times.
Sorry about your friend. The abyss is a bitchy place to get stuck in.
Oh, yeah. He'll be okay, I think.
Oh, good. Yeah. Confidence.
I think. He is a very confident person.
Reminds me of somebody I know.
Where are you from?
Well, apparently I'm from a different plane of existence. Yeah, a place called Darthon. You probably wouldn't have heard of it, like I
No.
haven't heard of this place.
No. Well,
Where should I take you?
that's a good question. I don't know. My city's called Vasselheim. Probably a good place to go.
And which way is that?
She just looks around.
As
Does
you look
she
around,
know where the fuck she is?
well, you look around and you're in the Timberlands, so probably somewhere south of Vasselheim. You also know that the battle that you guys were just fighting in was taking place somewhere in the middle of the Timberlands.
My friends were fighting that way. My city's that way. She's pointing. I don't think you want to deal with an army of undead, so.
Well,
Vasselheim.
if your friends are fighting a army of undead, wouldn't you want to make sure that they get out of it all right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where they are right now. I don't know what happened to them.
All right.
If Morgul's alive, they should be okay.
That's a vote of confidence that I never thought.
Wow, Caleb. Wow.
Because you saw him literally go unconscious a few seconds ago, so.
Well, that's why I
so
said
know he's gonna be
if.
dead.
Why I said if.
Did we hear the druid noise?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I would have started.
Can I?
following
Yeah,
the
so I
noise.
would have ran in the direction I thought the noise was.
Mhm.
All right. So, as you guys go running in the direction of the noise, you notice that the dwarves and the little bit of the elves that are remaining are getting done cleaning up the rest of the undead outside the temple. And as you go running in the general direction that you heard the druid's wagon sound making, you kind of run over and like kind of run over a bend. I'm sorry, not bend, the crest of a hill, and you see two figures. One of them fireman carrying the other one. Both of them in very dark outfits, you say. And from this distance, the one being carried kind of looks like Ophelia.
It's like, could I determine
I
the
keep
level
running.
of goth?
I just keep running.
Yeah, same here.
As you guys get within a couple 100 feet of them, the figure stops and turns, and Ophelia, you hear Kato say, "Who are these people? Do you know them?" And he kind of shifts
Yeah.
so that you can see, and you see your friends.
Hey guys. She's like not looking good.
Yeah. I will retcon that heal because I do not want that on myself, but on her.
Hello.
You need
What-
it more than me.
What happened?
Well, Farron and I woke up in some level of the abyss. and he's still there, and he used some sort of thing on me, and now I, because of this person. This is Kato, by the way. Right? That's your name? I can't
Yeah.
remember.
Hi, I'm Kato. Nice to meet you.
As we're
Nice
talking,
to
Morgul is
meet
casting
you.
heal on Ophelia. You will get 70 hit points.
Cool. I don't know how much I lost, so.
It does not affect you in any way.
I would.
That's
I'll
great. That was a 6th
I'll
level
dump
spell.
my lay on hands on her for 13 as well, if that helps at all.
All right, it does not affect you in any way.
Right. That was a 6th level spell burned for nothing.
Ophelia, why do you think it's wait, before I say anything, we had all seen like Nira go spectral raven and then boop into
Oh,
Ophelia,
yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
We all saw that.
That was not subtle.
Yeah, that was not subtle at all. Giant
Okay.
spectral raven flies into your friend who's standing next to you.
So she looks at Ophelia and says, "Is it because of what Nira did, do you think? And if it is, how do we
Yeah, how do we fix this
fix
situation?
this?
I can't heal
As
you while you're like this.
Ray asked that, Ophelia, you were actually whisked away from your body again, and once again are met face to face with Nira, you assume to be inside of your head, and she speaks to you and says, "Thank you for allowing me to remain with you as a vessel for now. You have done me a great service. I am terribly sorry that Aaron got caught up in the blast radius. That was not meant to happen. But I assume that everything is being done to rescue him. I must see to my ascendance and leave you this time." And with that, she kind of fades away. You return to your normal vision, feeling more alive and refreshed, and all of you watch as this spectral raven leaves Ophelia and flies skyward.
Ophelia
It's
coughs
hard to get
times.
used to.
Well, that was something.
She's still
Yeah.
being fireman carried, or
Yes.
Yeah, you've got like Kato fireman carrying her while I attempted to cast heal on her.
Yeah.
So we're both like really close to her right now, so this is awkward.
This is really strange. Never. I haven't had. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this.
Do you want me to put you down?
Maybe.
I mean,
can
you feel
stand.
fine now, right?
I feel better.
You get
I
the sense
will-
you're probably able to walk.
Okay. Yeah, put me down, please.
All right. Kato will put Ophelia down.
Take Ray up.
Yep. And
Your
pick
turn.
Ray up. No. Yeah. Put Ophelia down. Kind of like still like a hand on your shoulder as all the weight is shifted onto your legs.
Sorry, guys.
It's fine.
It's alright, you're back, you're alive, that's all that matters.
Yeah, you can't
Now
be
we
the
just need
only
to
one.
get Farron.
Aren't you like not here, Dark?
Oh no, I was here. Y'all just ran off without me, and I'm like limping back here.
I gave you 8
Fine.
hit points.
I know, I'm limping on 8 hit points
8 hit points.
out of
Not 80.
135. I'm still pretty freaking hurt.
Pretty fucked.
Yep.
Alright, well.
I was concerned with my strength.
Farron, the druid is, getting
I trust the druid can get Farron out of the abyss.
You wouldn't
spoke
leave
with
him
them.
behind.
Yeah, he
Mhm.
wouldn't leave his champion behind. And honestly, you can't be the only one to carry this weight. As I say, carry, slightly holding you up.
We need to make sure he can't get away next time.
If there
Dart.
is a next time.
There's gonna be a next time. Ophelia's like really determined in her face.
Jax will hand Dark 2 healing potions.
Hey, that reminds me, I have
Thank you.
one of those.
And Jax is actually going to drink a few herself.
You know what's fucked up? I have a healer's kit.
That's useful.
Yeah. Should probably be using that right about now. For the wounded among us.
Do you have the healer feat?
Oh shit.
Oh, yeah. All it can be used to stabilize without the feet.
Yep.
I mean, who is still, aside from Dark,
Considering
who is still...
I burned my only 6th level spell on Ophelia. Did jack squat.
Dark would have gotten 18 for the 2.
Oh shit, I got a 7th level. Never mind.
But
I'll be fine.
Yeah,
I can heal 80 for myself.
but yeah, Jax is at 65 of 140.
Yeah, so I'll be sitting at topped out at 81. Burn my only 7th level to heal myself. Just like, ow.
What now, guys?
We prepare.
I think we
With
go back to
yourselves?
Vasselheim.
You should probably go back to civilization. Rest, recuperate, prepare. So I imagine we will be fighting him again one day.
Yeah. Ophelia just starts walking very slow.
I will follow you closely to make sure you don't fall. Because you do not have life alert.
As Dark stumbling from behind.
Before
Feeling
Ray
a little better,
starts
but
to hover around Ophelia, she'll walk up to Dark
Yeah,
and
we should probably do
she'll
something
give...
about Dark. Take care of Dark before we completely.
I'm going to use my healing hands to give him 13 hit points.
thank you.
Not really sure what else to do. Kato follows the party. Kinda a step back from all of them. Because he just met them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ophelia's not gonna really say much. She's gonna walk.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hover closely, make sure you don't fall.
All right, so it takes you some time, but eventually, obviously, not that far from the city. It takes you just a couple of hours to walk back, having to stop a couple of times to let the wounded rest briefly before turning to their feet and completing the journey back to Vasselheim.
While the people were resting, Kato, you see him take a book out from his bag, and while you guys are resting, just start muttering to himself. And at the end of the rest, a spectral horse comes riding in up to you guys, and he offers a ride to anyone that doesn't want to walk.
I mean, if you give me
Oh.
a minute, I
Dark
can.
will gladly take advantage of that.
I mean, if you give me a minute, I can conjure us a coatl and we could fly back to Vasselheim.
Don't you have to pay for that?
I got the components to do it.
I'm fine.
You just give
not that
me a
far.
minute. I can conjure something to get us there by flight.
It's not that far, guys.
All right, fine. The offer's still out there.
Yeah, it's alright. I can pick up the pace if need be.
Don't worry about it. We're not in a rush.
Yeah.
That really sucked.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
imagine getting dragged by the abyss by your torso on a chained spear would suck.
Wasn't very pleasant.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of dying the whole
Yeah,
time.
you were also doing that too. So yeah, it did suck. To be fair, we
Yeah.
were both dying very quickly.
That's true.
Yeah.
Glad to see you're up.
Yeah. I got an appreciation for, living still.
You should really get a peri-optic wound closure. They're very good.
Yeah, I should.
Not that it really helped me much.
But then again, you were housing a deity.
Sure, I don't do that every day.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually you all find yourselves back in Vasselheim. And nothing has changed. Everything seems normal in the city. Activities resuming as always. Nobody even seems remotely aware of the events that have transpired.
Marvel will offer Ophelia, do you want to check the temple that would be Neryl's? Neryl's? However you say his name?
Yeah, probably. Probably a good idea.
Mm-hmm. We'll make our
She'll
way
head
there.
for that temple.
Yeah, making our way there.
You make your way through Vasselheim to the Dusk Meadow and begin looking toward the center of the district where the temple is, and the temple seems to still be standing, although it seems both of you to provide a better feeling of comfort as you look upon it.
Hmm.
While he's there, he'll do a quick prayer and some light rituals.
Alright. As you do your prayer, it's different this time as no ravens surround you.
Ophelia's just gonna look, just looking at it, and then she's gonna turn and go back.
I'll follow.
Alright. So, party finds themselves returning to the Slayer's Take. And unless there's anything that Mike wants to add on for the night.
As the party are walking into the Slayer's Take, Kato stops behind them and just says, before we part ways, would one of you mind pointing me in the direction of a library? Assuming you have that here.
I can point you in the direction of a couple.
Don't you know
That
one?
would be great.
And I'm assuming, being a scholarly person, that I know the location of libraries in Vasselheim, and I point him.
Oh, not only that,
towards
but
a good one.
you have a map.
I have them map.
Yeah.
They're color coded.
Yeah, you have access to a map that is given to you, indicating because of your higher rank in the city, that indicates basically the entire layout of the city.
Yeah, so I point him towards the city, or towards a library. We're in a city. I point him towards a library. I point out where my temple is, and I point out the tavern that we like to frequent.
Yeah, the one that's 2 blocks down the road.
Yes.
Yep. The one that's literally like across.
And just tell him that this is a good library. This is where you can either always find me, or tell them that you know me, and you can wait there. This is the Slayer's Take. This is the tavern that we frequent if we're not anywhere else.
Good to know. Thank you. Well, it was interesting meeting all of you.
Likewise.
Weird circumstances,
Likewise.
but I
Would've better to meet
suppose
under different circumstances, but
that seems to be the case with me. But what are you gonna do?
Thank you for helping me.
Sure.
Thank you for
Glad.
bringing her back.
yeah, thank you for bringing back the other person capable of healing this party.
I brought you back!
I'm not a healer. I don't know how many times I have to say that.
Well,
Come on, that's some cleric humor for you.
I am severely underprepared for this world, so I am going to go start from A and make my way to Z. Have a good night. And Kato walks off in the direction of the library.
He's basically gonna find like the world's encyclopedia.
I feel like just because he's from a different plane.
I can tell.
I wonder why he was brought here then.
Let's
Something
see.
about a
There's druid.
contract, something, druid, something.
Well, he
Sounds
knows a
like it's
druid.
beyond our knowledge and beyond our need to worry.
Yeah, let's just worry about getting to the next day.
I feel like he's just going inside.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right. Is there anything else you guys would like to get done in this current day?
Nothing in the current day new.
Okay.
Dark
And
would
by
take a
current
break.
day, we mean middle of the night.
Yep.
Dark would take a break for a little bit, just relax and kind of get some of his health back, and then go visit his fiance.
Okay.
Definitely hug Ophelia multiple times.
Okay.
Oh, I'd hug everybody.
Period.
Ophelia actually hugs back, and it's super weird.
The
Or
awkward
embraces
hug.
it fully.
For the most part, you'll just see
I
more.
mean,
of the
Ophelia's
other
hug isn't that weird, but just the fact that she's hugging is really strange.
Yeah. For the most
Like
part,
the
you'll
fuck.
for the most part
Alright.
you'll see Morgul go to his room, set up his father's urn, do some prayer.
So the following day, Philia, as you wake up for the day, you don't seem to be. You seem to be doing better than you were. Initially, but you feel the same as the point in which Nero left you. So you still
Okay.
feel weakened.
Do I have like any exhaustion points or anything?
Nope.
Okay.
Make an Arcana check.
Not her strong suit.
Okay. Okay. Actually, as this pertains to technically to your deity, I will give you advantage on the roll.
Do you just want me to roll one more time?
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay. So you get the feeling that it would take a high degree of magic to pull you from this current state you're in.
Do I know exactly like what it's doing to me?
There's nothing that's. Make an intelligence check.
Okay.
You don't really know. You're guessing that whatever effect was draining you has just kind of left you in this state.
All right.
Sort of like Banner after he hulks out.
Yeah,
I'm good.
kinda. But no recovery after.
Yeah, no recovery. Still tired as fuck.
All right. I'll go join the others.
All right. You all notice when Ophelia meets up with you that she's still not doing great.
Can I tell if there's anything I can do to, like, get her at least mostly there?
Make an Arcana check.
Like, the rest of the way there? Like, can I get her a Red Bull? 5-hour energy?
You
Oh
can make
man, that would be
either.
great right now.
Yeah. So you don't really have a clue, other than maybe some degree of high level magic.
I'm gonna try that 6th level heal. Just
Jesus Christ.
I just want to see if that'll do something.
Okay. So you cast 6th level healing on Ophelia, and doesn't seem to be doing anything. Be do anything. Yeah, it doesn't seem to do
Oh.
anything.
Sorry,
Alright.
not work.
Well, there's nothing.
I think
I
I'm
see.
just. I think this is just my life now.
I think give it
Just-
time, maybe.
From what I gathered, I don't think I'm coming anywhere close to being back from this without some sort of intervention.
Anybody that is currently with the party can make a history check.
Including Ophelia.
Yep.
Including the people current.
Should be
I
good.
would love to.
I got nothing apparently.
How in the hell
Get
do
it,
I have
Dark.
the highest fucking roll?
Okay, Dark. As they're talking about this, and Morgul bringing up the fact that his healing isn't working, and there's kind of this feeling in the air that the party is aware that something needs to be done to assist Ophelia in recovery, and you briefly remember having ever so slight contact with an entity that is capable of some degree of high-level magic
Which one
that
would
is
be?
currently locked in an urn in a vault.
I'm really
Good.
glad the Dark is the one that's remembered this.
The urn
But
that
then again,
was in my
then
room.
again,
Yes.
it would make sense if he remembers it.
Oh, interesting.
Care to enlighten this, Dark?
Yeah, I would relay that information.
Oh, great. We gotta
Don't
open the
quite
urn.
understand how I understand that, but you know.
I mean,
Do
I
we-
can go alone.
No.
I'll go
no.
with you.
Hell no, you are not going.
You're not going
It's
alone.
dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Take your entire party.
Yeah, we're not letting you go anywhere alone at this point. Or at least I'm not.
Okay. She has no
I think-
objections.
I think a better question we need to think through is where do we open this at?
I would imagine the take.
Either to take or we can go to my temple. My
Yeah,
tiny
either.
temple. My house.
the temple to our deity, or the take.
I wonder if
I mean, if the take gets damaged, they could pay for it.
Ray, with your history check, since you have a higher understanding of greater beings, you would know that whatever's in this urn is likely not something you want to bring out indoors.
we're gonna want someplace outside, someplace open.
Well, there was that large
And I
clearing
think-
where we fought the undead.
Would I know? Never mind. Ignore that question. I think we should go someplace outside.
Okay.
I'm thinking too hard about things that I don't think exist in D&D.
Do you want to do like a magic circle around this urn, or is that not going to be?
That's what I was gonna ask. Is there some sort of like magic protection circle? I think there's probably a spell that exists that can do that.
I don't think magic circle is going to be enough if opening it indoors is going to be something we have to worry about. I don't think a magic circle is going to be big enough, but sure, let's go take it outside to a clearing. 'Cause we're basically just invoking Shenron.
Let's gather it up and go.
Yeah.
All right, so how are you getting into the vault?
Right, we need to,
Yeah.
Gonna
we
go
need to
find
get to the vault first. We need-
Athos.
Find someone with clearance to get into the vault first.
Gonna go look for one of the leaders, I'm assuming.
More
Yeah.
likely.
My
Yeah.
instinct is to
Someone
go
with
try and find Athos.
Okay.
Because
Or that
he's more
gnome who cleans the
magically
place.
inclined.
That gnome
Okay.
who cleans the place might have access.
So would Athos be in the building?
Actually, you know what? Athos 3 would not be in the building. He actually recently got a very important sending message and would be out of town.
Conveniently out of town.
God damn it, Athos 3.
I'm gonna find that gnome who cleans the place. Maybe he has access.
No.
Yes, let's ask the janitor.
That no
'Cause
one
you know
knows his freaking name.
He doesn't have a name. He already has to.
Yeah, he has
Dark
no
Elf
idea
Bob.
what you're talking about.
Okay, so he doesn't even have an idea about.
He doesn't
the
even
vault.
know it that there's a vault.
I'm like, you don't
I'm
have
gonna
clearance to clean that?
go. Gonna go look for Silsuke then.
I'm like, you don't have.
All right,
clearance to,
you
like,
go
clean
looking
that?
for Swiske, and instead find Ilzar.
Oh great, Ilzar.
Oh.
So you know that urn that we brought to you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. We kind of need it out of the vault right
You're,
now.
gonna,
to
you're,
do
you're just
something.
gonna walk up to me, not even say hi, and
Hi.
ask about an
I-
urn.
I was
Yeah,
about
yeah.
to.
Yeah, we were about to, but it's kind of pressing. Consider a day ago, a god may have summoned a demon by the name of Orcus.
Okay, yeah, you've lost me. What do you want with the urn?
We needed to help Ophelia.
Yeah.
Something's happened. It's gonna take stronger magic than we have access to fix it, and we think that it's in the urn.
Considering a
So we're gonna go
god
out
was-
to a big field because opening that thing indoors would be a terrible idea.
Yeah.
We go out to a big field, and Ophelia's gonna open it, and hopefully somehow this is going to fix everything.
Yeah, because a god
Okay,
uses
well,
a vessel.
I guess.
You want to come with?
Sure.
Yeah. So,
Uh,
yeah.
Put your blindfolds on.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a blindfold.
Whatever.
Well, he hands them to you.
I was like, and it was like magically a blindfold appears in your pockets. Sure. What's on the
And
blindfold?
then as you finish putting your blindfolds on, he leads you through a series of winding tunnels, and eventually you hear a large door open. He ushers you inside, and he says, "You can remove your blindfolds."
Takes off the blindfold.
And you find yourselves standing in a very large vault.
Josh, are there books in this vault?
There are.
As you guys are scanning the vaults and you look over where there are books, you see Kato there. And he looks up, oh, hey guys.
I'm assuming he shouldn't be over there, should he?
How did you get in here?
How did you get in here?
Yeah. Yeah, when did you start following us?
I wasn't following you. I found out that there were books down here. Knowledge is power.
How did you find out that there were books down here?
How did
How
you
did
get
you
in
get
here?
in?
You need to up your defenses.
Apparently.
You were very concerned now. I am also very concerned that he found this place and
Maybe you can help with that.
yeah, maybe you could, help up the defenses since you knew how to get in.
I hear they're hiring rogues to do that same kind of thing. Break into somewhere and then try to,
Yeah, it's very gainful employment, I hear.
If I need the money, I'll think about it. He says, not looking up from the book he's reading.
I'm assuming
Anyway.
he shouldn't be over here, or even reading that. I'm assuming too.
I mean, it's fine. We'll deal with this, and then we'll deal with that, and then we'll deal with everything else. Too
Every
much.
time we come to
Too much.
Ilvar, we always overwhelm him with shit.
It's Athos needs to come back. It's fuck.
Ilzar's
Alright,
having a mental
alright,
breakdown finally.
Just,
Finally broke Ilzar.
just get the
You know-
urn. Just get the urn.
Alright. Dork, you want to
Okay.
help me with this urn?
Wasn't that urn like really heavy?
Yeah, it's gonna take a lot of us
yeah.
to move this urn, so yeah.
It was
Everyone-
heavy, and
It's
there
like
is
a
an
few
immovable
hundred
rod on
pounds.
top of it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Everybody who has a decent strength store, start lifting.
Which
Well,
is
hold
not dark.
I mean,
on.
as you guys grab onto it,
I'm going to take the immovable rod, click it, and take it off of the top of the urn. Now we can
Alright.
move it.
Right. That'd be the smart choice.
It
as
would.
you guys all gather around to lift it,
Mhm.
Ilzar just walks up on all of you and just casts teleport.
Or
That-
you could do
That
that.
worked.
Cannot wait to be able to cast that.
Or
And
you
you
could
all
do-
are just whisked out into an open field. And the urn is there as well. Because I'm trying to figure out that.
It's
Oh,
fine.
come on, it would have been great.
So what now?
Oh.
I just open it?
I think so.
just in case, I'm gonna do some
Josh, did Ilzar bring Kato with him?
Yeah, he would have.
Alright.
he's like, fuck you, you're going with them.
With the book. Currently carrying it.
Lil looks up from the book and like, man, I had like 5 more. Guess we'll just have to get them later.
Philly's just
Just,
gonna
like,
start
shrugs
walking up,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and she's gonna take the lid off.
All right. As Ophelia gets closer, the this urn, this massive art piece begins to shake violently.
Ugh.
And we'll follow close behind, ready
She'll
to
lift the
heal.
lid off.
You lift the lid partially, and it just gets blown clear as a huge gust of air is sent upward, and you are pushed back away from the urn 10 feet.
Ugh.
And it goes and goes for about a minute before eventually stopping.
Man, and I was behind you too.
Well, you would have also been pushed away if you were behind.
Yeah.
And then you all hear a voice that seems to be kind of coming from all around you that says, "So, you have finally released."
Right, another disembodied voice. Care to introduce yourself?
No.
Totally not sketchy at all, dude.
Yeah. Do you at least have a name, title?
I had one long ago.
What would we, in this current age, be calling you?
Shit, I can't remember what they're called.
Okay, Mr. Aw shit.
Yeah,
That's what we're calling you now.
the what is it called? Mike, the elementals,
Which one?
greater ones.
Like the Elder Tempest or what?
Yeah,
That's the wind one.
yeah. There's a word for it. Can't think of.
I don't think so.
I think,
I think it was just called the Elder Tempest. Was the wind serpent thing?
Man, if only Farron were here, he'd be losing his shit.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that makes sense.
You're talking about, or are you referring to like the Elemental Titans?
Yes.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah. The neutral ones, not the evil ones.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. They're more unaligned.
That's fair.
They don't have an alignment because fuck alignment. I just pissed and made a lot of people. I just made a lot of people happy and angry at the same time.
He introduces himself as. I'm just gonna make a name up for fun. Zathrathul.
Zathrathul.
Yep.
Alright. We'll
Sounds
go with
fun.
that for now. Well,
The first Titan.
How many apostrophes is in that name?
all of the
13.
apostrophes. Well, Mr. Zathrathul.
Well, no gender.
Okay, so just Zathrathul.
Yep.
It's good to know. We kind of need your help with something.
Yeah.
Particularly
What?
this one who's now on top of me because you're fucking
Oh,
wind.
whoops. She gets up.
Yeah. Just having a casual discussion while a heavy ass Asimar is on his fucking top of him, yeah.
That's rude.
Yeah.
What do you want with me?
I've been weakened recently by means that are greater than myself.
So
And
you want your strength back?
Yes.
That can be a hard favor to grant.
It isn't.
Just curious.
I
do
just
you
haven't
prefer...
decided.
Just curious, do you prefer the urn or being out? I'm just wondering.
Ouch.
Clearly, you probably don't like the urn.
The urn is a trap.
Would you prefer to not be bound to the urn?
Preferably.
I'm just wondering, how would one go to unbind you from the urn?
I have to do it myself.
And I'm assuming you just don't feel like doing it.
I haven't decided.
What would it take for you to help?
Yeah, 'cause clearly you don't do anything for free, I'm assuming, too.
I haven't decided.
There is a very powerful demon now unleashed into this realm. I need to stop it, but I can't if I'm not at my full strength.
I mean, you're not gonna stop it alone, because that'd be suicide.
Be suicide for all of us if I'm not at full strength.
I don't care about your demons.
I mean, it does seek to, you know, destroy everything, you know, upset the natural order of things, that sort of thing.
Upsetting the natural order of things creates a new natural order.
Right, I forgot that's how you guys work and operate.
Can we get back onto what bargain we'd have to strike to get you to help us?
Please.
Give me a reason. Doesn't involve your demons.
Insert awkward silence, as
Like
we
a
are all
reason.
thinking.
Kato comes up behind the group and he says, "How about because it's the right thing to do?
Yeah, there's that.
You have the power to do it. Why don't you use that power for a worthy cause?"
Got
And
persuasion.
again, worthy's kind of subjective.
Persuasion.
I mean, clearly this thing deals in semantics.
Not my best skill, but still pretty good.
I will give you advantage. I will help you. I will even give you guidance.
You can give guidance, you can't give advantage.
Yeah, I'll give him guidance.
Alright,
Add
so
2 to that.
adding 2 to this roll.
Okay.
Ah,
You feel you don't get a response. You feel the wind around you pick up for eventually fading. And you feel back to normal.
Thank you.
now get back in the urn. No,
Pardon my rude friend over there. She's not exactly
no, I
one
do
for
not
manners.
say that.
I mean, to be fair, you did just threaten to kill him too.
No, I asked if we kill it.
That's still That's still.
Are we able to see a difference? Like, are we able to tell that something happened?
You feel like whatever entity was there is no longer there.
Like the entity in the urn?
Yeah.
Is he? I'm gonna do some.
We might have just unleashed something, but
I mean, clearly
it helped
whatever-
us. So maybe that means it's not all bad. It might just be like one of the elemental forces that we fought
I mean,
alongside the Ashari.
Clearly, he deals in semantics and subjectivisms. So, I mean, he might not be a threat.
I don't think whatever this thing was a major threat, considering
Yeah.
that a dragon had it captured in a urn.
I mean,
As
he
a
said-
trinket.
Yeah,
I mean,
as a
he's-
keepsake, so.
He did say he could unbind himself at any time, so that means he could have left at any time.
It also just could have struck me down.
Yeah.
So
And it
killed
didn't.
us all, but it
So
it didn't.
Mm-hmm.
gonna count this as a victory, grab the urn, and are we walking back Ilzar or
No, it's fine.
Oh, he's here. I didn't think he was here. I thought
Yeah,
he
he's
was
been standing there kind of like not knowing what to say this entire time.
Oh, yeah.
Before he like just grabs everybody but Kato and teleports back.
Who the fuck, Kato?
I just doesn't know Kato.
Yeah, so
Get
Kato's
back,
gotta
Kato's
walk.
waiting for us.
He's
It's like, what took you guys?
But he
fast, but
teleports.
he's not that fast.
To the central chamber of the Slayer stake.
That happened.
Ophelia is like stretching her neck. She's like, this is good.
Well then.
All right. And
Yes.
after this, there's going to be you guys get a few days of rest in, as you are all, even though full health, still recovering from your encounters. Another, this would be 5 days.
I would have.
Actually, this would be 8 days that would pass.
We're gonna leave
And
him in there
everybody.
over a week. Damn.
What was that?
So we're gonna leave him in there for over a week. Fair.
I mean,
No,
technically, we
we're
don't
not-
have the means to go after him.
Yeah, we don't have.
We're
any-
not doing anything. That's not up to us.
Yeah, you have to recover.
Over the course of however long he will.
Yeah.
Well, and also the druid said he'd take care of it.
Yeah.
So-
Trust Asher that he would look after his own champion. Trust the
And-
deity that he would look after his own champion.
With the just about a week passing, 10 days, yeah. So a week passes, and we will zoom. See you in the session.
Yep.
Alright.
Cool.
I do want to mention during that week, Kato would probably come to Ray just like asking random questions about the world, and then finding out that she runs like a small school for children. He just like sits in on it a bunch just to learn as
She's
much as he can.
thrilled.
Just like that volunteer in the back of the, just like those volunteers in the back of the classroom that you're just like, the teacher's like, don't pay attention to them.
She has a good time.
Jax would spend her time equally between the temple and her schooling.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Between doing clerical duties and sailor shit and changing the chaos sword into a bow, because clearly he hits better with fucking bows now.
Okay.
Dark would be occasionally hunting and working on prepping for a wedding.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And with that, we will conclude our session for the night.
Okay.
Alright, sounds good.
Woo.
Yeah.
Then I will end the recording here, so thank you, me, for watching.
I was watching earlier, but it was kind of lagging my internet. Like my ping got really bad right when
Yeah.
we started descending into the abyss.
Sucks.
I had to close mine out as well.
Yeah, your
And-
ping just
Figured.
went in. Your ping
And-
went into the abyss.
and
Downside for me running a old laptop.
and
And
everyone levels up to level 15.
yay!
Yes!
Same
Oh,
time,
shit.
son of a bitch.
Oh shit, we jumped 2 levels.
2 levels.
Oh fuck.
Damn.
You have till Sunday to get me your new stats.
You have my character sheets, so
I know. And the
You don't
recording
have-
here.
you don't have to do much.